Okay, I'm jogging. Let's jump right back into this. So, I have a lot of hurt dudes because of the whole insulation at the top of the world thing. That went kind of wrong. So, let's actually do the smart thing and actually set up Atmo suits so that my dupes aren't getting scalded every 5 seconds. As well as will let me to get across to walk on that hot salt geyser so we can actually analyze that and do everything else. To be honest, I don't know why I didn't do this before. It really would have been the best idea. Also, speaking of good ideas, another one I had was to eventually break open a piece of the drywall, which will essentially just allow that hydrogen to be sucked out into the void of space, deleting it. So, yeah, that's another way of trying to get rid of this heat. Now, for the salt geyser, we're going to do about the usual thing. We're going to build a pool, I'm going to use that for future use, and my oxygen production, which I think is actually, I'm actually really going to need. Because I'm not sure if my 2 slush geysers are enough for my plants. They're working right now, but I don't know if they'll be able to supply Atmo suits. The issues are, well, 1, it's so far away from the 2 slush geysers. And 2, it's right above where I want my hot steam box to be, so that's gonna be annoying when I expand that later on. Speaking of storage, the water storage room is now actually ready to go. And I just so happen to have a huge pool of water at the bottom of my base that I really should have gotten rid of a long time ago. Alongside some polluted water that can be cleaned and put into another storage area. So, that'll be nice, because it will actually help me clean up some of this asteroid, allowing me more space to dig and expand, if need be. Speaking of expanding, space is something that I really need to start working on. I'm going to actually start working... We're going to start working on space next episode. I'm saying this right now. We are working on space in the next episode. Oh, and I'm also going to need space to build my oxygen room. So, let's use the water... Let's use the space down where the water was and use all that. Actually, before doing that, looking at the new base, we're going to need to do a couple of things, like remove any CO2, but that's one should be simple enough. We just put a common skimmer at the bottom. We're also going to need food, so mess tables, so bathrooms as well, so that they can essentially just go up there, bathroom, eat, sleep, and then leave. So that one should all be pretty good. Power transformers from the steam box can just connect to conductive wire, and I can just go all the way up, so that should be good, I hope. And I'm also probably going to want a refrigeration system so that I can have the food up there and it doesn't spoil. But I got other things I need to do right now, so I'll get back. I'm going to get back to this. I want to get this freaking thing done, but one thing at a time. Slickstar! Okay, I honestly just lost all sense of thought. So let's actually start fresh here and start working on that oxygen production room now I got a lot more space open up to me. So, basic idea. Essentially the same thing, really, just bigger. So, each electrolyzer can take 1,000 grams, and I think a pipe can hold 10,000. So, I could have 10 electrolyzers, and then just maybe each gas pump can get 500 max. So 2 of them is 1,000, and 1,000 is a pipe. So I would want 8 of them going into 4 separate pipes, going all the way up. And we're also going to need power, but thankfully we'll have the hydrogen. But I don't know, I don't think one of them will be enough. That might be a lot of hydrogen, so I think 2 of them might be the best. And it might... I want to use the hydrogen to essentially cool down the hydrogen generators, because the hydrogen will go in. It will essentially absorb any of the heat that's coming off from the generators themselves, and then when they go into the generators to make power, it essentially deletes the hydrogen, removing the heat. So this should be a self-sustaining system of not ever needing to be cooled down, assuming everything works right. Now, as for cooling the oxygen and hydrogen down when it gets into the room, we're going to use the slush geyser. We got the first one right there. Got the second one, which we can bring down, so those 2 should help cool everything down. And I also added in a third line, so that if need be, I can always add in a thermal aqua tuner for more coolant. I'll probably have that out in the heat box, and then I'll figure that out later on. But yes, hopefully that should be more than enough to cool stuff down for the upcoming base. And meanwhile, while I'm working on this one, we've actually hit a milestone. We've actually been here for 1 full year in-game. And I'm still nowhere close to getting this fucking thing done for my new base. Alright, well, this project is taking forever. I don't know why. I swear I feel like there's just more and gas is just going into this thing when I'm trying to get everything out. But we've been on this asteroid long enough to call it home. And before we actually go into space next episode, I think we need to achieve one of our biggest achievements yet. There are a couple of things that go into this one, but this is our home, sweet home. Something that I could have gone so much sooner, but I think this is the best time to do it. While we wait for the new base to be built and ready for use in the next episode, let's actually use the atmosuits I got up on top and go into space. We're going to space!